Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, it's going to be a bit different. I am doing some planes, but I'm only doing Qantas planes. I'm going to do all sorts of different types of planes, of like the 747, the A380. I'm going to put all of them in this video. But I'm going to try and get them all from biggest to smallest, but I'm not sure if that'll happen because I'm not sure about them all. And there's like a million different types, so I'll just do a few of them, but I will do probably the best plane out of them all, which will be the 747. Okay, so let's get into it. But I'm only actually doing my opinion, but I'm only going to do, actually I'm just going to only do my opinion, so I won't do any description and stuff, but I will talk about the planes and do what I think about it. So let's get into it again. Yeah, and sorry about the black sign. I'm not sure if it's black or what, but it just came up black for some reason. I really do not know why. Okay, so I decided to go from smallest to biggest instead. So right here we've got a Dash 8, and I never knew Qantas even had Dash 8s. I thought since they're like a very big airline and they're like they're pretty much Australian Airlines, so I thought they would only have like the big planes like the 747s, the A380s, the A220s, which we're going to be taking a look at later in the video, but not these ones. But it seems I made a mistake. So as you see, it's Qantas Link, and I really don't know why they put the writing at the bottom. For some reason, it just looks a bit weird like that. But I guess that's just the place where they wanted to put it. For the Dash 8s, but I really do like Dash 8s. I've been in a skipper's Dash 8, as you saw in my video before, but I didn't film. I really apologise for that. I was too busy talking to the pilot, like I've said in my videos. But I really do like this plane. It just looks so cool. I've never ever seen a Qantas Dash 8 before, so I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, so now here's the F100, well the actual name's the Fokker 100, but I don't say that. I just say F100 because it sounds a bit better. But I do like this one, and as you see again, this one's Qantas Link, and all sorts of different airlines have these F100s. Skippers, Virgin, Qantas. It's a very good plane, so I think he's coming into land, and that's definitely in Perth. So with the Darling Range out there. So there's not much to really talk about this plane, but it is still amazing. I will give this a 6 out of 10. Okay, so now we're on to the A220, and this one is a lot bigger, but it is another Qantas Link. Even though Qantas Link does not fly out of Australia, this one is still massive. So I do like these planes. It looks a bit similar to the 787, which we'll be taking a look at next. But the 787 is like 10 times bigger, but this looks like a smaller version of it. But I do like these planes. I always see these ones. You might see them you'll definitely see my videos when I go to the Skipper's Airport. Usually I see either 787s or A220s out there. But, so the A220, a main plane that always runs. So not much to say about it. So I will give this a 7 out of 7. Just so if you didn't hear that, I said 7 out of 10. So I paused it a bit too quickly. Sorry. Okay, so here's the 787. So as I told you, a bit like the A220, but just a lot bigger. So once again, not much to talk about, but I do like this plane. I really do like it. I like the big size. I always be. Every time when I fly on a plane, I'm always on a 787. I've never been on a different type of plane than the 787. So it's a regular plane that always flies. And those jets are just massive. That's what I really like about that. But for the first time, it's not Qantas Link. Yeah, I'll give you that. But as before, when I said with the Dash 8, I didn't expect them to have that because Qantas is a massive airline. This is a massive plane. So it is really good. It's a very good plane, I'd say. Because I've had a lovely time on every single 787 that I've been on. I've been on like about, I don't know. So I've had like 3 trips to Borneo, so there'll be 6 there and back. And then I went to Vietnam once, so there'll be 8 times. And while I was in Vietnam, I went on a A220, so that's the only time I went on an A220. So I will give this plane an 8 out of 10. Okay, so now here's my favourite plane in aviation. It is the 747. So I'd love to go on one of these, but I doubt I will because most of them are cargo planes apparently. And sadly, like if you've seen the Singapore Airlines cargo plane, which I've never seen before, which I'm looking for, that's a 747, and almost every other cargo plane's a 747. But the Australian Post, that's not a 747. I think that's a 787, but I really do not know. So I love this plane because I actually love what they've done in the past. Because this plane, for plane fans or people that work at the airport, you guys will know this. But this plane, it this was also called the jumbo jet, but it made overseas flight live. It was the first plane to actually go overseas. Like it was called the jumbo jet because it was colossal, but then this was the first plane to go overseas. I'm pretty sure. But other than that, I absolutely adore this plane. I'd love to go on it, but I'd love to go at the front, even though I'm bang inside the nose. But I'll be in first class, so that's what I really want to go on if I ever go on a 747. So this is probably the best plane ever. I absolutely love it. So I will give this a 10 out of 10. I love it. Okay, so here's the final one, and it's the second biggest passenger plane in the world, the A380. But it's the biggest one that doesn't have cargo. I know the name of the biggest one, but I can't really remember the name. But it is colossal, I'll give you that. But the A380, I'm not sure the only 3 airlines that I know that have A380s are what's it called? Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and Qantas. They're the only ones that I've seen that have A380s. So, Singapore A380, I always see Emirates A380s, and I've seen a Qantas A380. But I saw the Qantas one years ago. I didn't even get to film it. But this thing is really cool and massive. I'd love to go on one of these as well, but I don't think that'll even be happening either. But this plane, it is almost like the 747. It's just the 747 does have a top deck, but it's not all the way. Like if you have a look at the top deck and go to the very front, to the first window, just to that first door there, that's I think that's where the 747 actually stops its top deck, and then it just goes back to normal. So this plane is really cool as well, but not as good as the 747. So I'll give this a 9 out of 10.